Said the government follows zero pollution and zero accident policies for industrialization as it believes in environment-friendly green industrialization. A total of 62 entrepreneurs from 7 countries are taking part in the 4-day expo.
Commerce Minister Tufail Ahmed has said in all developed countries in the world, national election has been done under ruling party, so Bangladesh will do the same. He said this while replying queries of journalists in the inaugurating program of the 25th U.S. Trade Show organized by American Chamber of Commerce AmCham at a hotel in the capital today. Presided over by Acting President of AmCham Shadab Khan, U.S. Ambassador to Bangladesh Marcia S. Berniket was present among others. Commerce Minister expressed his optimism on holding the next election with participation of all parties. Later, Tufail Ahmed visited different stalls of U.S. trade show. Health and Family Welfare Minister Mohammad Naseem has emphasized on solving teachers' crisis in medical education for developing health services in the country. He made the call while addressing a discussion meeting on private medical college in the Secretariat today. Director General Health Professor Abul Kalam Azad, Shah Chief President Professor Iqbal Arsenal, and MBA President Dr. Mustafa Jalal Mohiuddin, among others, were present on the occasion. Mohammad Naseem said government's firm position on maintaining quality of health services will continue. He also said that punitive measures, including cancellation of admission of new students, will be taken if any private medical college fail to follow government's guidelines in running the college. Nagorik TV, a private television channel, came into being amid gala festivity in the capital today. Commerce Minister Tufail Ahmed and Information Minister Hassanul Haq Inu formally inaugurated the transmission of Nagorik TV at Bangabandhu International Conference Center. Nagorik TV Managing Director Rubana Haq, State Minister for Power Nosrul Hamid, and Energy Advisor to the Prime Minister Dr. Tawfiq-e-Ilahi Chaudhry were present on the occasion, among others. Speaking on the occasion, Hassanul Haq Inu said democracy, media and the government jointly will fight cybercrime, militants and false fires. Tufail Ahmed in his speech said media along with the government has to play active role safeguarding democracy and public life imbued with the spirit of liberation war. Later, crests were distributed among noted persons for the unique contribution in the media. An attractive culture function also followed. The registration process of the Hajj pilgrims for 2018 under the government management has begun, which will continue till March 11. The Hajj flights carrying Bangladeshi pilgrims for performing Hajj this year will begin on July 14th. Religious Affairs Minister Principal Motiur Rahman said this at a press conference at the Secretariat today. Religious Affairs Secretary Anisur Rahman was also present. The Religious Affairs Minister said there are 2 packages, 3,97,929 taka for package 1 and 3,31,359 taka for package 2 for the Hajj travelers under the government management. The minister also informed complaint was found against 193 Hajj agencies for different irregularities. Of these, the licenses of 64 Hajj agencies were cancelled and the security money was also seized, while 17 Hajj agencies were fined with suspension of license. Apart from these, 49 Hajj agencies have been fined, 12 Hajj agencies have been alerted and the other 51 agencies have been suspended from the works related on Hajj programs, the minister highlighted. This year, a total of 1,27,198 pilgrims under government and private management will perform Hajj from Bangladesh. The Kulkhani of Begum Fazilutun Nisa, mother of Awami League General Secretary and Road Transport and Bridges Minister Ubaidul Qadir, was held at the Government Mujib College ground at Kompaniganj Upazila in Noakhali today. Awami League General Secretary and Road Transport and Bridges Minister Ubaidul Qadir, Civil Aviation and Tourism Minister AKM Shahjahan Kamal, State Minister for Textile and Jute Mirza Azam, and leaders of central and different district and Upazila units of Awami League and its associate bodies attended the Kulkhani, Dua and Milad Mahfil.
Now, international news. Afghan President Ashraf Ghani has offered peace talks without preconditions to the Taliban after 16 years of war. Speaking at a peace conference in Kabul, he proposed measures including a ceasefire and prisoner swaps. The Afghan president also said in return the Taliban would need to recognize the Afghan government and respect the rule of law. More details by Mahbubur Rahman.
Okay, clear! Oh, yeah!
US, NATO and United Forces had been continuing their fight against Taliban, but they did not succeed. Rather, Taliban controls 7% land of Afghanistan. Now, Afghan President Ashraf Ghani has offered peace talks without preconditions to the Taliban. Mr. Ghani made the call at the second Kabul Process Conference attended by representatives from more than 20 countries and international organizations. Ashraf Ghani proposed various measures, including a ceasefire and prisoner swaps. In return, the Taliban would need to recognize the Afghan government and respect the rule of law.
We are making this offer without any preconditions in order to lead to a peace agreement. I call on Taliban and their leadership. Today, the decision is in your hands. Accept peace, a dignified peace. Come together to safeguard the country, which has been the result of sacrifices and struggle.
Ashraf Ghani said Afghan government will provide passports and issue visas to Taliban members and their families and open an office for them in Kabul. He said his government would also work to remove sanctions against Taliban leaders. Mr. Ghani also said a ceasefire must be agreed on and the Taliban must be declared a political group. Ashraf Ghani said the process would be accompanied by coordinated diplomatic support, including a global effort to persuade neighboring Pakistan, which Kabul has regularly accused of aiding the Taliban. The comments represented a significant shift for Ashraf Ghani, who in the past has regularly called the Taliban as terrorists and rebels, although he has supported the talks. The Taliban, fighting to restore Islamic rule ousted by US-led troops in 2001, have offered to begin talks with the United States, but have so far refused to direct talks with Kabul. It was unclear whether they would be prepared to shift their stance by getting the new offer, despite growing international pressure. Mahbubur Rahman, International Desk, Bangladesh Television.
Hope Hicks, one of President Trump's longest-serving advisors, is to step down as White House Communications Director. The former model and ex-Trump organization employee has been by Mr. Trump's side for years. She is reported to have told colleagues she felt she had accomplished all she could in the White House. She is the fourth person to serve as communications chief for this administration. White House spokeswoman Sarah Sanders said it remained unclear when she would leave the administration. She said the resignation was not connected to testimony Hicks gave to the House Intelligence Committee on Tuesday. US President Donald Trump has told a group of lawmakers not to be so petrified of the powerful gun lobby, the National Rifle Association, NRA. In a break from his party's stance on gun control, President Trump urged lawmakers to come up with a comprehensive bill on gun reform. He suggested expanding background checks for gun buyers and raising the legal age to buy rifles to 21 from 18. He held the meeting in the wake of a school shooting that left 17 dead.
Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal has ruled out possibilities of any disorder against the backdrop of Myanmar's military build-up on borders, saying Parliamentary Border Guard Bangladesh BGB were on alert on the frontiers. He told the newsman at BGB's Baitul Izzat training center in Bandarban today. The Home Minister met the media after attending passing out parade of newly recruited BGB members at the BGB training center. Among others, Director General of BGP, Major General Abul Hussain, and Commandant of BGP Training Center and College, Brigadier General Muhammad Sajjad Hussain, were present on the occasion. Meanwhile, the Foreign Ministry has summoned the Myanmar ambassador in Dhaka and asked him to remove heavy militancy presence along the Bangladesh border. Acting Foreign Secretary M. Khurshid Alam told the media that he handed over strongest protest note to Ambassador Luin U following Myanmar border police build-up along Tumbru border at Naikong Chori in Bandarbon with heavy arms and ammunition. Meanwhile, in a media briefing at Pilkhana headquarters in Dhaka, the BGB said they also mobilized extra forces on the Myanmar borders, keeping on alert in view of the situation on the frontiers. Commerce Minister Tufail Ahmed has said that father of the nation Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman successfully bounded the nation in a single thread through its 7th March speech. He said this while unveiling the cover of a new book, 7 Marcher Bhashon Keno Bishwo Oitijjo Sompod Bangabandhu Mukti Juddho Bangladesh by National University Vice Chancellor Professor Harunur Rashid at the Dhaka University campus today. Emeritus Professor Anisuzzaman chaired the publication ceremony, which was also attended by Education Minister Nurul Islam Nahid, UGC Chairman Professor Abdul Mannan, Dhaka University Vice Chancellor Professor Mohammad Akhtaruzzaman, and Jagannath University Vice Chancellor Professor Mizanur Rahman. Tufail Ahmed said the people who once described Bangladesh as a model of poverty are now admitting that it is a role model of development across the globe.
Now news. Palmas will face Barcelona in the Spanish La Liga football tournament tonight. The match will start at 2 o'clock at midnight Bangladesh Standard Time. Sony 10-2 will telecast the match live. Meanwhile, Real Betis will face Real Sociedad at 12:30 a.m. Bangladesh Standard Time. And now to end the bulletin, a repeat of the top stories. Agriculture to boost building Bangabandhu's developed Bangladesh, says Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina at Bangabandhu National Agriculture Award ceremony. Government determined to ensure sustainable green industrialization based on zero pollution and accident policy, says Industries Minister. Bangladesh to follow international instances of holding elections under ruling party, comments Commerce Minister. Democracy, media and government to fight militancy and cybercrime, says Information Minister. Hajj registration for 2018 continues as flights to start from July 14. Afghan President Ashraf Ghani proposes unconditional dialogue with Taliban. And in Spanish La Liga football, Barcelona face Las Palmas tonight.
That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us, and we invite you to watch our 11:30 Bangla News.